Good afternoon and welcome to the City Business 2021 Moneymakers Awards program. I'm Lisa Blossman, City Business Publisher. We have an exciting program to share and we appreciate you taking time to join us. I'd like to thank all of you who have so enthusiastically supported our mission to recognize financial professionals who have distinguished themselves through their fiscal expertise at work and in giving back through community service. Now, to give you a little background on today's event, I'm pleased to introduce City Business Managing Editor, Lance Trawick.
Thank you, Lisa. This is the 11th year we have highlighted Moneymakers. We have our readers to thank for nominating these exceptional individuals. Nominations are open year-round, so visit our website, neworleanscitybusiness.com, and submit nominations for next year.
City Business Moneymakers honorees were selected based on their outstanding professional achievements and the impact they have made through community service. Now, New Orleans City Business is proud to recognize the 2021 Moneymakers honorees.
As a private banker and vice president of Gulf Coast Bank and Trust Company, Patrick Alexis strongly values a free-flowing approach to helping customers. He has enjoyed the freedom to be creative, make direct contact with clients, and build personal relationships with both clients and his team. Alexis credits his father, Ralph Alexis III, as a model of how to work hard while still making time for family.
I'm the youngest of four boys, so I'm the spoiled one. My oldest brothers, I got to do a lot more than my older brothers, and they told me when I came back to live in New Orleans, I was living at my parents' house, that I needed to get a job, and first job I found that was hiring was a banker job, and that's how I got into banking. The most rewarding part of this is that I get to work, do something I love, and go home, support my family with this job. And then another part is being able to watch people achieve their financial dreams.
Congratulations, Patrick Alexis. Michael Carter has spent the last 18 years honing his expertise in commercial lending and building fruitful customer relationships. As the vice president and market manager for Gulf Coast Bank and Trust Company, Carter and his team helped process 2,800 Paycheck Protection Program loan applications, most of them for small business customers. Gulf Coast also awarded Carter its 2020 Top Producer Award for generating $56.6 million worth of new loans, above and beyond the PPP loans.
My wife and I went into self-employment. We opened an advertising agency for several years and loved it, and also working with clients and did a bit of finance work in relation to the advertising agency. And then frankly, I had the good fortune of meeting Mr. Guy Williams, the president of Gulf Coast Bank and Trust Company. And I didn't know much about finance or banking at the time, but I did realize that there was a lot of commonality in what I loved about the hospitality industry and what his company, Gulf Coast Bank, had to offer, being a community bank. And the rest is history. He offered me a job. I said, doing what? He said, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. And 18 years later, I'm still in the same industry with the same company. Best decision I've ever made for my career.
Congratulations, Michael Carter. Joey Donaldson loves helping people find solutions that grow their businesses. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Donaldson and his team at First Horizon worked tirelessly to help customers secure loans from the Paycheck Protection Program. Donaldson had the highest production of SBA loans in 2020 and was nominated for a Diamond Circle Award.
What I've learned is that, you actually get more loyalty from your clients because you're treating them on an individual, face-to-face, honest level, and we're not necessarily just taking a look at somebody and saying, you really don't look like someone I could help. I really give everybody the attention and the time to get to know what they're doing, what their goals are. And in turn, I feel like that's made me a better banker and a better person in life because I take the time to really get to know people.
Congratulations, Joey Donaldson. Todd Elliott is a loan officer and assistant vice president for the First American Bank and Trust. Elliott specializes in commercial and consumer real estate secured lending. His department had a very important task last year during the coronavirus pandemic to disperse Paycheck Protection Program resources to their clients rapidly, in a time when small businesses were struggling to retain employees.
I decided at a young age that I was interested in finance and investing, and after getting a degree in finance in college, first started working in retail banking, and it was a natural progression to move over to commercial banking from there. I think I enjoy most just meeting new clients and getting to learn about them and learn from them. Probably the most valuable thing I have at my disposal as a loan officer is the expertise of a vast array of professionals in different fields. And then on top of just that, it's probably most rewarding when I get to drive around town and see a number of projects, either real estate or just operating businesses that I helped create or make better by offering funding to.
Congratulations, Todd Elliott. Military veteran Charlie Fenton's banking career began in New Orleans 15 years ago. He is now Vice President of Commercial Banking at Hancock Whitney Bank. Fenton saw the COVID-19 pandemic as a service opportunity to help his community within his commercial banker role. As the Paycheck Protection Program rolled out in 2020, Fenton and his colleagues worked tirelessly to submit client applications. Congratulations, Charlie Fenton. As the president and CEO of Fidelity Bank, Chris Ferris has brought over 25 years of experience to counter the simultaneous healthcare and financial crises brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Hall of Famer managed the bank's Paycheck Protection Program, which saved an estimated 25,000 jobs through more than 3,200 loans, totaling over $235 million. Ferris also spearheaded Fidelity Bank's redevelopment of its corporate headquarters.
I'm on the board of the New Orleans area Habitat for Humanity. Long before I became a board member, I'd always admired the work that Habitat has done, especially after Hurricane Katrina. So when I got the chance to be a part of the organization as a board member, I was very excited. I believe realizing the dream of homeownership to be one of the most impactful ways we can change a person's financial trajectory. Habitat does this every day, so I'm very proud to be affiliated. So it was my first job interview, and it was for a sales role, and I felt the interview went really well. The manager and I had a lot in common, and we established rapport quickly. So after the interview, I was climbing into my vehicle, and to put on my seatbelt, and I noticed that my fly was fully open. So it goes without saying, I was very embarrassed. A couple days later, I got a phone call, and the phone call was from the hiring manager who told me, hey, the interview was great. I'd like you to come back and meet with my manager. So there was an awkward silence at that point, to which she said to me, Chris, I did notice, and my advice to you is the details matter a whole lot. So that lesson has carried with me my entire career, that the details do matter.
Congratulations, Chris Ferris. Jared Freeman began his career at age 16 as a part-time teller at a credit union. Today, Freeman is president and CEO of OnPath Federal Credit Union, where he aims to help underserved communities in New Orleans. During the COVID pandemic, Freeman's team at OnPath secured payroll protection program loans for its customers and achieved the lowest loan delinquency rate they've had in the last 12 years. Freeman also serves on the board of the Jefferson Parish Chamber of Commerce.
I moved to New Orleans in August during COVID, so I haven't had the opportunity to get super involved as of yet. I do participate on the board of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce, which I thoroughly enjoy, but looking forward to getting more involved, hopefully, as events come back. For me, I think the most interesting fact, and really why I'm so passionate about the credit union space, is I did grow up, in a poor home. We struggled financially. My parents loved me and supported me, but I had to, figure it out on my own and go to college, pay for it myself, which I'm very proud of, and, kind of move my way up the hard way. And so I feel like I have a really special connection to the members that we serve, because I feel like I can relate to a lot of their financial struggles and hardships that they go through. And so for me, it's a very personal thing.
Congratulations, Jared Freeman. As a business banking manager and senior vice president for Hancock and Whitney Bank, Amanda Millette directs a team of nearly a dozen associates who serve the entire metro market. In her 26 years at Whitney, she's been in a number of roles, including branch manager, business banker, and regional manager. Millette is involved in a variety of civic engagements and currently serves on the board of the University of New Orleans Research and Technology Foundation.
I enjoy a lot of things about my job. Primarily, I enjoy working with people. I enjoy watching our clients achieve their goals and watch their businesses grow over the years. And I enjoy watching our bankers develop strong relationships with their customers, with the bank's customers, and them continuing to grow in their career path as well. I was very fortunate to start my career at Hancock Whitney Bank at a young age. Working my way through college, I really didn't have a path. I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to end up at the end of college. I was fortunate enough to work with some senior level executives who took an interest in my career and thought that I had the potential to be a pretty good banker. And they guided me through opportunities that existed here at Hancock Whitney. And I have enjoyed every minute of working here. And I've grown a lot and continue to grow. And it's all because I started as a teller.
Congratulations, Amanda Millette. As Senior Vice President and Commercial Banker with B1 Bank, Kirk Ranzino is motivated by helping business owners succeed. This role was especially critical during the COVID-19 pandemic. B1 Bank was responsible for issuing more than $600 million in government loans, including the Paycheck Protection Program and the Main Street Recovery Program, to small businesses in the state of Louisiana.
Right after I graduated college is when I decided that banking was probably a good industry for me to join. Right after school, I worked for the University of Louisiana at Monroe in their athletic fundraising department. And the majority of the board members with the athletic department were bankers. And I didn't know much about the banking industry. However, I noticed that all these board members were leaders in the community, volunteering time, and just really successful people. And I was just intrigued at what they did and how they became so successful. So fast forward a year or two into the job, one of the board members actually asked to hire me away from the university and work for his bank. It was uncomfortable for him because he didn't want to take me away from the university, but at the same time, it was just a great opportunity for both his company and myself. So that's what attracted me to the industry, and that's how I got involved in banking.
Congratulations, Kirk Ranzino. Gregory Rattler Sr. has served as the Executive Director of Government Banking for J.P. Morgan for the last 23 years. He helps maintain relationships with niche clients consisting of government agencies, ports, and transit systems. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Rattler has helped governments optimize their balance sheets, acquire essential equipment, manage debt, and navigate CARES Act allotments. He is a member of the nonprofit Silverback Society, which mobilizes volunteers to mentor young men in the New Orleans community.
Growing up in a family where resources were often constrained, I was amazed and inspired by my family, my parents, who made the best of their meager resources, provided for our education, and even found ways to help others less fortunate. As a very young child, I did household chores and chores for family members and neighborhood families, and I would earn a few coins, nickels, dimes, and every now and then quarters. I'd sit at the dining room table and would stack these up and take notes as to their value. I've been told as I got older that I would often lend dollars and coins to family members at what I now know to be interest. So that was my first introduction to banking.
Congratulations, Gregory Rattler. As president and CEO at Jefferson Financial, Mark Rosa is proudest of his leadership. One of his biggest career accomplishments is the tenfold growth of his team to approximately 160 employees across 16 branches. In July 2020, Rosa proposed a turnkey acquisition prospect in the North Shore area. This allowed Jefferson Financial to successfully expand their operations with zero downsizing despite the turmoil of 2020. Congratulations, Mark Rosa. For the past 18 years, Randy L. Schuerman Jr. has been the Vice President of Commercial Lending of Gulf Coast Bank and Trust. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Schuerman responded to the calls of those in need. He opened up lending under the Payroll Protection Program to any qualifying business, whether they were existing customers or not. He aimed to coach any borrower and get them to where they want to be by learning everything about their business and industry. Congratulations, Randy Schuerman. Cross Country Mortgage's Gulf Coast Regional Sales Manager Dwayne Stein has worked in the finance industry for almost 30 years. Stein and his team are committed to providing the highest level of customer care in helping people attain home loans, refinancing, and home equity. In 2020, they achieved over $100 million in loan volume. Stein takes pride in educating potential home buyers and homeowners about their options for loans and refinancing.
My passion comes from just the ability to help people. What we do for a living, whether it's a refinance or a purchase, you're using someone's home or you're helping them live the dream of home ownership. And it's hard for people to put and get a true understanding of how much helping someone when it comes to their most valuable asset, their home, how powerful that is. So every day, that is what motivates me. That's why the radio show has seen so much success, because from my passion of doing this show and just getting out there and wanting to help people, I believe everybody deserves the opportunity to be a homeowner. And that's my passion, is to keep providing education and options to those who are ready to be a homeowner or refinance. And nothing better than shaking someone's hands, handing them over the keys to a new home.
Congratulations, Dwayne Stein. Experienced commercial lender John J. Zollinger IV is focused on helping people and developing long-term client relationships. Zollinger launched his career in a Whitney National Bank management training program and worked his way up to Vice President of Corporate Banking. He held leadership positions at Bank One Capital Markets, Parish National Bank, and Regions Bank before joining Home Bank in 2016. He held leadership positions at Bank One Capital Markets, Parish National Bank, and Regions Bank before joining Home Bank in 2016. As the current Senior Vice President and Director of Commercial Banking, Zollinger is proud to participate in his clients' success.
I think the most rewarding thing for me being a banker is our ability to help companies and people achieve their goals and financial desires. We provide the capital so that they can go out and fulfill their dreams. And watching people succeed and do what they love gives me a lot of joy and satisfaction. I'm pretty involved in the community. I'm on the GNO Inc. board. I'm also on the First Planning District Workforce Board. But helping kids is really my passion. And so my involvement with Cafe Reconcile as the treasurer of their board of directors is really important to me. We help kids enter the workforce and give them those training and skills to be able to really succeed in life. And that's a big thing for me.
Congratulations, John Zollinger. Throughout her 30-year career in healthcare and finance, Jenny Barnett Sarpolis has prided herself on mentoring future leaders and developing high-performing teams. Her work has led to the merger of Catholic Health East and Trinity Health, now one of the country's largest nonprofit healthcare systems. She currently serves as the Chief Financial Officer of LCMC Health, an organization that worked on the front lines during COVID-19 to take care of people and give back to the New Orleans community.
Always had a fascination with the healthcare industry because it's always been about helping people, helping patients, helping people, helping families, which has been near and dear to my heart. One of the most rewarding aspects of my job, I would have to say, is working with people. And by that I mean teams across the organization, developing high-performing teams, working with others to achieve great outcomes.
Congratulations, Jenny Barnett Sarpolis. Rory Blossman is the Chief Financial Officer of Ladder & Bloom, where he manages the company's finance department. Blossman oversees the firm's financial reporting, budgeting, and forecasting for its real estate and leasing divisions. He was key in modernizing the company's financial processes by adding cloud-based technology to track and forecast revenue. As a member of the community, Blossman serves on the American Cancer Society Junior Executive Board and on the fundraising committee for the Shuck Cancer event.
Last year, I was a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society's Shuck Cancer event in New Orleans, which raised money for local cancer patients. And this year, I'm still involved. I'm on the junior executive board helping plan this year's event. I really enjoy being involved just in the local community and giving back to local cancer patients who need help. We have a great people first culture here at Ladder and Bloom, and I enjoy supporting our agents, our admins, our managers, everyone here at corporate. I have a great finance team under me that I enjoy working with, and I couldn't have accomplished what I have without their support.
Congratulations, Rory Blossman. Carol Borlett is the Director of Finance at Brother Martin High School. A Brother Martin alumnus, Carol controls the school's budget and is actively involved in the financing of the school while maintaining its stability. Carol's dedication and service to the school and community was recognized last year when he received the Brother Colin C. Douglas SC Award from Brother Martin.
Before I was an employee here at Brother Martin, Brother John Sober asked me to run the bingo for 1 year. That 1 year continued until 2005 when Katrina hit. The net proceeds from the bingo increased over 500% under my supervision. All the proceeds went totally to need-based financial aid. Brother Martin is a comfortable home away from home. This does not feel like a job because it feels like a place where we can make a difference. In 2019, I won the Social Justice Award here at Brother Martin. I won this award because of the work we do with financial aid and helping students who otherwise wouldn't be able to get an education from Brother Martin without the help that we give them.
Congratulations, Carol Borlett. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Paul Haley, Chief Financial Officer at Chilco Inc., has helped his company not only survive, but thrive. Thanks to the small company's adaptability, Haley and his team made 2020 the most profitable year ever by meeting their industrial clients' emergency refrigeration parts and service needs. In his 10-plus years at Chilco, Haley also helped the company transition to an employee stock ownership plan model, which is one of his proudest career accomplishments.
Well, I think like many people, I just kind of stumbled into it. I was in college trying to figure out what would interest me, and took an intro to accounting course, and it just kind of fit. And then I started to study the technology side of it, and that kind of parlayed well with what I was learning at the time. And when I came out, those skill sets seemed to fit well with what the industry needed, and one thing led to another, and I enjoyed the work, and it kind of took off from there. I would say the most rewarding thing about what I do is getting to work for an employee-owned company. So, you know, not a lot of people get into accounting and say, okay, well, this is going to be the most exciting thing in the world. But getting to work for a place where all of the owners, all of the employees have a stake in the business, and helping this team of people work together to make the place better has been really rewarding.
Congratulations, Paul Haley. Angela LaCour has been a leader in the funeral and cemetery services industry for over 20 years. LaCour leads the Jefferson Parish corporate office of Service Corporation International, where she retained 140 employees during a merger with Stewart Enterprises. During the COVID-19 pandemic, LaCour has helped secure 120 new jobs onshore and an incentive package with the Greater New Orleans Inc., the Jefferson Parish Economic Development Commission, and Louisiana Economic Development.
I work for a great company. We own funeral homes and cemeteries. And if you think about what we do, we touch families on one of the most difficult days of their lives when there's been a death. We pride ourselves on making each experience personal and meaningful to those families. And my team supports the frontline workers who are serving those families. I've got an amazing team, many who've been with me over 20 years. We're more like a big family, and we can anticipate each other and really just work through any challenge together. I've been active on several boards. Currently, I'm the treasurer for Raintree Services, and prior to that, I served a 6-year term for Casa Jefferson. Both of these nonprofits have different roles, but they focus on young children in the foster care system in our community.
Congratulations, Angela LaCour. Kyle Lawson has been focused on financial acumen from an early age. He began building robust stock portfolios while in high school and has since built a successful career in the oil and gas industry. In his role as Chief Financial Officer at Abity LLC, Lawson and his team recently completed the permitting application for a consulting project with Texas Gulf Link LLC, a crude oil export factory.
Our CEO, Tyler Abity, he created the Abity Foundation about 6 months ago to honor his late father, who tragically passed away from cancer at an early age. And his father's true passion was education, particularly in STEM. And so we want to, honor that and hopefully, continue that idea forward for the New Orleans area youth.
Congratulations, Kyle Lawson. One of this year's Hall of Fame honorees, Annette LeBlanc began her 30-plus year career at the Archdiocese Office of the Social Apostolate. She quickly became the Director of Finance and now serves the Chief Financial Officer for New Orleans Area Habitat for Humanity. During her career, LeBlanc has married her talents as an accountant with a desire to give back to the community. She prides herself on ensuring the financial integrity of an organization while helping others in need.
As a teenager, I was called to stewardship and the model of helping others. My career in stewardship and nonprofit work really began with working with the Archdiocese of New Orleans. I had the honor of learning under the mentorship of Sister Dell Lambert and Ben Johnson, who taught me the true meaning of being a good steward of the resources the community provides, whether it be money or time. When COVID struck, we had to reimagine how would we continue to build homes for those people that were in our first-time home buyer program, especially without the use of volunteers. So we as a leadership team strategized and figured out a way to add additional staff and to work safely by social distancing and masking, which enabled us to put 14 people in homes over the past year.
Congratulations, Annette LeBlanc. Keith McCullough joined SBP, a disaster and recovery nonprofit organization, in 2019. Less than a year into his tenure, the Chief Financial Officer faced the arduous task of keeping SBP's donations and budget on track in the midst of a global pandemic and struggling economy. Under his expert leadership, the organization flourished and had its most profitable year ever in 2020. McCullough is confident that the transformational strategic objectives he has planned will help SBP achieve even greater annual growth in the years ahead.
To be part of an organization that's committed to community service and putting others above ourselves is certainly something I feel privileged to be part of. Our mission at SBP is simple: shrink the time between disaster and recovery. And as a company, we often speak about the notion of preventing people from reaching their breaking point. This is really an important visual that I often reflect upon and certainly motivates me every day. As some of you can recall, after Hurricane Dorian, the island of the Grand Bahamas was devastated and leveled. And one of the organizations that we had the opportunity to help was called the Grand Bahamas Children's Home. It represented the only orphanage on the island. And during 2020, I was happy to participate and successfully lead in the recovery, which now has not only doubled its capacity, but has really established itself for long-term success.
Congratulations, Keith McCullough. Carrie Phillip has always strived to make organizational processes more efficient. She earned a bachelor's degree in accounting and an MBA before starting her career as a staff accountant with Phelps Dunbar. Phillip has also worked as a senior accountant for both the Second Harvest Food Bank and Daughters of Charity Services, and Chief Financial Officer for De La Salle High School. Today, she serves as the CFO at Cafe Reconcile, a unique nonprofit eatery that provides job training for at-risk youth in its kitchen.
So much of my daily work is thinking about how our organization looks to the community, thinking about how we can involve the community in our work. As we work with our young people, the interns that we have at Work Reconcile, we're often connecting with the community to get that work done. To get the young people in the door, we work directly with other community partner agencies. So much of the daily work that we do involves our community in New Orleans. And my work in particular involves speaking with our stakeholders, talking and connecting with our board of directors to share the work that we do in this community.
Congratulations, Carrie Phillip. As an investment strategist for 30 North Investments, Sarah Baumhoff has made a big impact on the company. Baumhoff focuses on getting to know her clients and their needs to help build their portfolios. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, she was instrumental as the investment advisory firm retooled its Women Impact strategy to raise more voices.
I love what I do. I feel so blessed to get to meet my clients and hear what they want, what they need, what their values are, and then kind of go to my toolbox of strategies and come back to them with a plan. During my first job, I worked at a retirement plan company where I managed paperwork. And I had a client come to us getting ready to retire. She had all of these really great goals, and she was so excited to go help her daughter with a new baby. And she was really heavily invested in one company that she had worked in her whole entire life. And between the time I wrote the paperwork where she had $1 million and the time she was ready to get her distribution and cash out that stock, she had $100,000. And she is a person that I think of all of the time because all she needed was just somebody to kind of guide her to a successful strategy. And because she didn't have it, it really impacted her life.
Congratulations, Sarah Baumhoff. As a wealth management advisor at Merrill Lynch, Marcus V. Courtney II works with clients to provide peace of mind and support the next generation. During the challenges of the pandemic, Courtney and his firm expended multiple resources to support their clients' ongoing needs. Courtney is also active in his roles within multiple charitable organizations, including the Ozanam Inn, Coastal Conservation Association, and Ducks Unlimited.
At the end of the day, it's a people business, and I'm a people person, and I enjoy the interaction with our clients more so than anything else that we do. And so that kind of lit the fire, and then the rest just kind of evolved over time. I mean, learning about how families and individuals became successful, what they built their business on is always extremely intriguing to me. And really being able to pull up a seat at the table with them and understand what they have left to accomplish in their life to feel like it's been a meaningful, successful life for them, and putting a roadmap together to get them from where they are to wherever it is that they're trying to go. And watching that plan evolve and work is certainly at the top of the list of what's the most rewarding.
Congratulations, Marcus Courtney. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame, Mason Couvion believes that if you take care of your clients, the money will follow. He has taken this motto to heart as co-founder of Dardis Couvion & Associates, where he provides his clients with quality financial services and insurance. Couvion is a member of Legatus, an organization for Catholic CEOs, and lends his expertise to the Archdiocese of New Orleans Investment Committee.
At an early age, I was interested in both business and investments, from running a lemonade stand in our backyard in Audubon Park to checking the stock pages from investments we had been given through family gifts over the years. As a child, I was a young Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties and was very interested in pursuing a career in business, investing, and finance. True priority in my life is being a good father to our kids and being actively engaged in their lives. Balancing the work-life social is a struggle, but something that we strive to do with our kids. Giving them good examples to be good members of society would be of the utmost importance to being a successful person and parent, and hopefully we're doing that.
Congratulations, Mason Couvion. With over 20 years of industry experience, Frank DeVay is constantly motivated to help his clients protect their livelihoods. As Managing Director of Mergers and Acquisitions at Chaff & Associates, DeVay has handled multiple M&A deals for commercial, government, military, and oil and gas clients. During the COVID-19 pandemic, DeVay worked tirelessly with his team to help their clients close deals and move their businesses forward.
I had a client who was in distress, and we were fighting with the bank of going through foreclosure and certain things like that. And we're in a negotiation, and in the middle of the negotiation, it became really intense. And so I blurted out, "Only a fool fights in a burning house." Thought that was pretty brilliant. The room kind of quieted down. We wound up saving the business. It's still in existence now, and it's very important because it's family owned. But when I went back to my office, I was trying to figure out where did this quote come from, and Googled it, and I was quoting a Klingon captain in a Star Trek episode. So despite I'm getting this fantastic honor, I need to sort of humble myself and not take myself too seriously. Just have fun with what you do.
Congratulations to Frank DeVay. Benjamin A. Dupuy is the managing director of Iberia Civic Impact Partners. Dupuy began his career working in the U.S. Senate. He then became a partner at a governmental relations firm that represented banks investing in community development projects, generating tax credits. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Dupuy assisted Iberia in continuing equity investments and serving clients through the Payroll Protection Program.
The most rewarding aspect about my job is getting to make investments in projects that positively impact communities and people. Here in New Orleans, the best example is the New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute. That was a New Markets Tax Credit equity investment that we had the chance to make several years ago. Since then, the project has successfully been developed, and it's now training hundreds of students a year for jobs in hospitality throughout our city. There are two organizations that I've been pleased to be involved with since moving back home to New Orleans. The first is the Preservation Resource Center. It's a leading advocate for historic preservation in our city, which is one of the pillars of what makes New Orleans so unique and special to both residents and visitors. The other is the Louisiana Museum Foundation, which serves as the support arm for the Louisiana Museum system that provides educational opportunities to children throughout the state. So I've been very pleased to be involved with those. They make a big impact in our city and our state.
Congratulations, Benjamin Dupuy. Charles E. Genois, who is being inducted into the Hall of Fame, helps clients achieve their financial goals as the President and Chief Investment Officer of Impera Wealth Management. He is a registered principal with Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., where he provides customized solutions for clients in every phase of their wealth and growth. These solutions have helped Genois and his team offer dedicated assistance to their clients throughout COVID-19.
Over the years, my family and I, and also here in the company, we've enjoyed working with various nonprofit organizations and schools and providing volunteer services or sponsorships. I was very fortunate early on to find my occupational passion and to have great mentors along the way and still have them today. I'm also really enjoying becoming a mentor for young professionals here in our organization and in some other places. It's a real honor to be able to now sort of pay forward the things I've learned, things that others have taught me, and it's really becoming full circle now. We started the company 20 years ago, and I come in just as energized as I did when we got started, and looking forward to continuing that for a very long period of time.
Congratulations, Charles Genois. Tyler Guglieluzza is a certified financial planner operating his own office with the financial services firm Edward Jones. He majored in business management at Southeastern Louisiana University and received a master's degree in personal financial planning. Every day, he seeks to balance the quantitative and qualitative sides of his business as he tries to get the best possible outcome for those he works with.
Even though I have a desk job and I'm sitting at a desk all day and meeting with people one-on-one, there's not a lot of monotony in the day-to-day. We're dealing with similar goals and similar things that people are trying to accomplish, like when can they retire, how long can they expect their money to last, but everybody's situation is very unique and it's like a different puzzle with every single client that we work with. I was majoring in entrepreneurship, small business, and I was meeting with my girlfriend's father, who was also my financial advisor at the time, and just do some conversation with him about what I needed to do within my financial plan to implement strategies and make sure that I was on track to retire, even though it was 40 years from then. It got me really thinking about how important having a real plan is and then implementing that plan, and that started me on the journey.
Congratulations, Tyler Guglieluzza. Louisiana-born Patrick J.A. Laborde exemplifies the philosophies of Stonehenge Capital: forward-thinking, enthusiasm, and an unerring obligation to community development. As director of the firm, he has spearheaded various investment projects and serves as a conduit between the firm and outside investors. Laborde and his team at Stonehenge have revitalized local economies by offering tax credit services, implements for growth capital, and an array of tax credit programs for low-income communities.
My first job in finance when I was an MBA student at Loyola University, and it was at that point in time that I realized finance was where I wanted to work. So after beginning my career in banking in North Carolina, I had the opportunity to move home to Louisiana in 2014 and begin my work with Stonehenge Capital. One of the best parts of working at Stonehenge is that we're afforded the opportunity to provide transformational capital to the communities that we invest in. So every project that we work on, we truly look for the ways that our dollars, our investment can impact the communities we serve.
Congratulations, Patrick Laborde. One of this year's Hall of Fame honorees, Jean-Paul Lagarde, is a partner and portfolio manager of Faubourg Private Wealth and Chief Investment Officer of the affiliated Advisor Resource Council. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, he relied heavily on virtual connections with his team and clients to keep them updated as to what was happening in markets and what that meant for their portfolios. Since 2015, Lagarde has hosted The Slow Money Show on WGSO 990 AM with a mission of educating the public on capital markets, while also featuring nonprofits working in the community.
The interest began in high school, but it wasn't really cemented until the summer after my freshman year of college, where I interned on the trading desk of a local energy broker-dealer here in New Orleans. And following that experience, I thought it was fascinating. I continued the internship process through the rest of my undergrad and grad career. And I think that investors sometimes struggle with navigating through all the noise, but I love doing it, and I love working with our team of advisors to make sure that their clients are positioned correctly, given their risk tolerances and their economic and financial objectives.
Congratulations, Jean-Paul Lagarde. Andy Lovell runs Lovell Wealth Management, where he is the Senior Vice President of Investments. His team works under the umbrella of Raymond James to manage a total of $220 million for their clients. Throughout his 26-year career, the Hall of Fame honoree has been driven by his passion for managing stock portfolios and the excitement of capital markets. He sits on the board of the New Orleans Ballet Association and donates his time to the new Community Sailing Association of New Orleans. Congratulations, Andy Lovell. As CEO of Advisor Resource Council and Private Wealth Advisor with Faubourg Private Wealth, P. David Solomon has a passion for coaching advisors and clients using integrated practices. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Solomon has worked with his team of advisors to provide long-term financial solutions for their clients. Additionally, Faubourg provided seed money to assist the launch of Crew of House Floats, a fundraising campaign combating food and housing insecurity in New Orleans.
I've always been fascinated by how money works and the more inefficiencies that I saw within the wealth management industry and how fragmented and broken it is. There's always been a passion to me to try to get in there and help people, help clients, help business owners understand how to make everything work together and make it a real tool for good for them, their business, and their communities. The thing I enjoy most is helping people. Every time I help someone with money and help them with their plan and help them piece together their financial picture, I am helping them get one step closer to a goal that they have, or a dream or a vision that they have for themselves, for their family, or their business. Whether it's sending a child to college, whether it's growing and expanding a business, whether it's one day closer to retirement. All of that gets tied back into understanding their financial situation, and really is the passion of why I do what I do.
Congratulations, David Solomon. The Hall of Fame designation is well-deserved. W. Tyson Van Landingham has earned the Hall of Fame designation. Van Landingham is a managing partner, private wealth advisor with Faubourg Private Wealth, and Chief of Practice Management with Advisor Resource Council. He cherishes building relationships with clients and watching a financial plan make a difference in their lives. Van Landingham's commitment to the community helped him launch Fridays from the Funky Uncle, a weekly webcast featuring performances by New Orleans musicians. The initiative has raised $315,000 and helped 450 artists who lost their work and income due to COVID-19.
The most rewarding aspect of the job is developing and refining our process with the team that we have here at the firm that not only benefits the growth of our business, but also benefits the clientele that we take on. I am involved in two local organizations. One is Grace at the Green Light, and the other is Fridays from the Funky Uncle. Grace at the Green Light is an organization where we feed the homeless 365 days a year. We have to date served over 200,000 meals, distributed over 1 million bottles of water, and there is a going home program that we do, which we have been successful in reuniting someone with a loved one or a family member that will take them in.
Congratulations, Tyson Van Landingham. Norman Barnum IV learned early on in his career that community-focused service gives him his purpose in life. As the Chief Financial Officer for New Orleans Business Alliance, Barnum led his team in raising nearly $1.3 million for the organization's Gig Economy Relief Fund. Their efforts distributed $500 each to more than 1,200 people in March 2020, long before government stimulus programs had been implemented. Since then, Barnum and the New Orleans Business Alliance have launched more relief programs to help their local community.
One of the things that I enjoy the most is my role as a board member with Berkeley Lodge Academy Charter School. I firmly believe that our future is tied to the ability to have a strong, educated workforce, diverse inclusion. And once you deal with this opportunity at the kindergarten to 4th grade level, we can ensure that the investments that are made in our children will be fruitful moving forward. And I find that part of my work very rewarding. Education is economic development, and that's one of the things that I can bring both of those words together. Not only dealing at the board level, also with the senior executives, but with the community members at the neighborhood level. This gives me the opportunity to navigate all stakeholders and really deal with the outcomes that we want to at the community level and get everybody's input. And that really drives me.
Congratulations, Norman Barnum. Just 3 years after joining Urban Properties, Michael J. Bucher was named as a partner in the organization. He currently serves as the Director of Development, organizing commercial real estate projects across the city. Bucher also participates in a course directed by the Urban Land Institute's Urban Plan program, which teaches high school and college students about real estate development.
I started my career in the home building industry, and in the 2008-2009 financial crisis / mortgage meltdown, I decided to transition into commercial real estate at that time. So the one thing that I always like to share about my own experience, especially getting into this industry, is when I made the transition from residential to commercial real estate, got my first job in commercial real estate with a company called Federal Realty in 2011. It took me 3 times to get that job. Over the course of 6 months, I interviewed and got turned down for the job twice. And then on my 3rd try, they finally hired me. So I just like to say to those people who are looking to get into this industry, there's no tried and true path. And I think if you're passionate about it and can tell a good story about yourself and what you have to offer, there's a lot of different ways, but it certainly takes tenacity.
Congratulations, Michael Bucher. As Manager of Accounting and Audit Services at Bourgeois Bennett, J. Drew Chapman seeks to educate his clients on accounting strategies. An Ole Miss graduate, Chapman started out at a regional accounting firm handling accounts for large construction companies and banks. As an auditor during the COVID-19 pandemic, Chapman and his team sought to provide their clients with programs that would best suit them in these trying times. He donates his time and accounting skills to the Young Leadership Council and the Louisiana Policy for Children.
I'm the board treasurer of the Louisiana Policy Institute for Children. We are an early childhood care and education advocacy group under the executive directorship of Libby Saunier, and we work to make sure that Louisiana's children are ready for success in school and in life. I'm also a project leader with YLC, and when concerts are back, I will be working with Headcount, making sure that we get people registered to vote and have their registration updated to engage more young voters. I love that in my job, every day is different. I can be working with a construction company that makes $100 million in annual revenue, and then the next day be working with a nonprofit who does awesome things in my community on a shoestring budget. Being able to draw from that varied experience and put it to use for my next clients is what's most rewarding to me.
Congratulations, Drew Chapman. Christina Chifisi serves as Director in Charge of Audit and Assurance Services for LaPorte CPAs and Business Advisors. During the pandemic, she had the opportunity to provide assistance on securing PPP loans and changing regulations to better suit clientele needs. She co-chairs the membership committee of the North Shore Business Council and is the Finance Committee Chair of the St. Tammany Chamber of Commerce. She also serves as board treasurer of the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation.
I have had a long history working with the Susan G. Komen New Orleans affiliate, serving on the board and as the treasurer. Breast cancer has impacted me personally through the loss of my mother and sister. Working with Komen is my way of representing them when they can't any longer. I was very proud to receive the Promise of One Award from the National Susan G. Komen organization, recognizing my many roles and efforts with the organization over the years. I think my mother and sister would be proud of me for helping to make the NOLA affiliate successful in its fight against breast cancer. What I enjoy most about what I do is developing and helping team members grow in their profession. Some employees want a job and some want a career, and I like helping in both situations, but my passion is really helping those employees that are interested in focusing in a career to reach their true potential.
Congratulations, Christina Chifisi. Marcus F. Egan is the Vice President of Egan Insurance Agency, an agency launched by his grandfather. He specializes in risk management and related fields, and is pleasantly challenged with the idea of constantly working to grow the business. Egan formerly served as president of the board of the Insurance Agents of Greater New Orleans. In his spare time, he is a devoted and competitive sailing enthusiast. Congratulations, Marcus Egan. After Hurricane Katrina, Troy Gilbert had the idea to mobilize local restaurants to feed EMS paramedics. Last year, this idea became a reality thanks to a successful crowdfunding campaign for Gilbert's coalition, Chef's Brigade. During the pandemic, the coalition worked with independent restaurants, purveyors, and chefs to feed healthy and amazing food to the citizens, frontline responders, and healthcare workers of New Orleans. On a daily basis, Gilbert and his team produce up to 60,000 meals a day.
Well, through our entire coalition and partnership that we built with our partners at Revolution Foods, New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute, Delivery NOLA, My House Events, Healthy School Food Collaborative. Together, we've all come together, and also 85 independent restaurants. We've all come together and have produced 3 million meals for our food insecure neighbors here in New Orleans, and have been doing so for a little over a year now.
Congratulations, Troy Gilbert. A veteran financial advisor, James E. Hassinger III, has helped clients in New Orleans plan for their future and retirement for over 25 years. Hassinger currently serves as Vice President of Advanced Planning with Impera Wealth. He is also a registered representative of Raymond James. Hassinger volunteers for an organization on the West Bank that helps mentor at-risk boys ages 11 to 15 in the community.
I graduated from Tulane University with a degree in economics, minor in cognitive studies. My advisor and work study professor suggested, since I wanted to stay in New Orleans, get in the financial services industry or into banking. I managed to meet a professor from the University of New Orleans who was a financial planner, and he helped encourage me to join the profession that I'm in today. I enjoy the client interaction and meeting with the clients and helping them achieve goals and aspirations and helping them plan and achieve things in their lives.
Congratulations, James Hassinger. Jennifer Navard has enjoyed a successful 30-year career in finance. She is currently the Director of Finance and a Principal at Askew Dumez Ripple, where she has worked since 2003. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Navard led the effort to secure Paycheck Protection Program loans for clients while working with management to create technology infrastructure for faster response times. Navard volunteers with Pose New Orleans, a nonprofit that awards over $53 million in scholarships to high school students.
As a young girl, I wanted to be a business person. Didn't know what that meant because there weren't very many business women in my world. I just knew that's what I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to dress and carry a briefcase. So as I went through school, I developed an affinity for math and for algebra particularly. I took an accounting class and I liked it, which was unusual, and decided that would be my path into the business world. For me, for our firm, doing right for our community and doing things the right way is very important. And I work with people who are artists, who are designers, and what I do allows them to be the best at what they do, and we get to have a positive impact on the world around us. And so that's what drives me, and that's what makes it exciting for me every day.
Congratulations, Jennifer Navard. Rachel Nunez serves as the Vice President of the Board of Commissioners for the St. Bernard Port, Harbor, and Terminal District. Last year, her work helped secure the Louisiana International Deepwater Gulf Transfer Terminal project for her hometown of Violet, Louisiana. The $2 billion project creates significant opportunity for both the Port of New Orleans and the entire St. Bernard Parish by establishing new infrastructure, new jobs, and overall economic development.
Given my role in banking, it certainly lends to several opportunities, not only in working with the Greater New Orleans region for financial workshops and financial literacy, along with helping the Port achieve their goals. Currently, we are developing some programming working with the St. Bernard Economic Development Foundation, the Port of St. Bernard, the Urban League, and Louisiana Small Business Development Center to create workshops to deliver training and education for our small business owners to take advantage of growth opportunities, especially as it relates to growth within the St. Bernard Port and maritime industry.
Congratulations, Rachel Nunez. Shambrell Riley Williams is a skilled accountant with a strong background in finance and over 20+ years of experience. She is now the Director of Finance for Plaquemines Ports Harbor and Terminal District, where she has helped transition the port's administration from the local government to a standalone agency. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, she has improved the port's procurement process by making their portal more accessible to local, small, and minority businesses.
I feel like the finance department is the nucleus of the business, and I enjoy being involved in all the different aspects of the business. Here at the port, we have recently began a procurement project to include minority and small businesses within the parish. And I think that's really important, being that we are developing a port from the ground up, and being able to include the local vendors and the small businesses and minorities are very important in today's economy.
Congratulations to Shambrell Riley Williams. As an attorney specializing in commercial collections and small business, Adam Stumpf was able to provide financial support to his clients amid challenging times. In 2020, he spent countless hours guiding his clients through both COVID-19 and hurricane season. Stumpf also devotes considerable time to giving back to his community. He has served as vice chairman on the board of the New Orleans Redevelopment Authority and worked on a fundraiser to provide 1,500 face masks for local businesses.
I've always found satisfaction in being the person that people depended on. It started at a really young age, and it really hasn't changed much. And being a lawyer is essentially be the person that other people depend on. I am involved in the community with a number of organizations. Particularly, I'm slated to be the co-chairperson of Crime Stoppers. I'm typically involved in economic development and business type organizations, so this is a little bit different, but it is extremely satisfying being a part of an organization that's for civilians to help with stopping crime.
Congratulations, Adam Stumpf. Patrick Templeman helps clients in the music and entertainment industry manage their finances successfully. He is the managing director of the New Orleans office of PS Business Management, which represents artists in the music, television, and film industries. Outside of work, he serves as treasurer of the Kids Smart organization, a nonprofit that brings arts into classrooms.
One thing that I've come to miss a lot because of COVID is traveling to see my clients and going to see them perform at places like Red Rocks and Madison Square Garden and the Greek Theater. I really miss that. I really miss the live music aspect of it, which is such an important part of most of my clients' financial lives. And it allows me to connect with them and why I do this to begin with. I was at University of Florida getting my master's degree in accounting. I decided that I wanted to work in the music business. I've now been in the business for about 25 years, and in my current role as business manager, about 16 years. After working in various parts of the business, from promoting to record labels to management, I decided that helping my clients with their finances is what was my calling.
Congratulations, Patrick Templeman. Richard J. Touye Jr. began his accounting career as a tax manager for Deloitte in 2004. He spent nearly a decade with the company before joining Wegman Dezet & Company, which gave him the opportunity to work in a more hands-on capacity with clients. Today, Touye serves as a senior manager, a role that allows him to offer valuable tax and financial guidance to small business clients.
My senior year, I didn't want to do accounting, but I wanted to be in law enforcement, FBI, Secret Service, that type of thing. And my high school guidance counselor told me that the top 2 recruits were accountants and lawyers. And I didn't want to sit through law school all those years, so I decided accounting seemed pretty easy, just simple math. I know it sounds cliche, but I enjoy being able to sit with people who are growing their business or even starting a new business and saying, how do we maximize what we get to keep, basically, while still staying within the law, but how do we try to grow our business and be successful, keeping in mind that there are consequences, both legally and tax-wise, for every action. So it's fun to help solve that puzzle.
Congratulations, Richard Touye. Kevin Wilkins is the founder of Trepwise, a New Orleans-based growth consulting firm. With Trepwise's success amid the challenges of 2020, the Hall of Fame honoree and his team paid forward their good fortune to the NOLA business community. They provided pro bono services to approximately 60 small businesses, including several nonprofit organizations.
So I started Trepwise in 2013 with a vision, and that vision was a thriving community where good ideas spread. And we believe good ideas can come from anywhere or anyone. And if we have the ability to work on ideas to help organizations empower themselves to maximize their potential and have their ideas really scale, well, then ideas will be interacting with each other. And by definition, the community is going to be stronger. We work in the nonprofit space, we work in the for-profit space, and we do work in the public space because we believe ideas can come from any sector. And if we can have these 3 sectors interacting with each other and have the best ideas continuing to scale, well, then our purpose will have been achieved.
Congratulations, Kevin Wilkins.
Congratulations to each of the City Business Moneymakers honorees. They have persevered through ups and downs with hard work, determination, and positivity to get where they are today. Thank you all for inspiring us and leading the way to make New Orleans a fantastic place to live and work. They are quite simply compelling, and we're very proud to honor them. I'd like to welcome back Lisa to close today's program.
Agreed. Thank you, Lance. We look forward to the day when we can come together in person. But until that time, thank you for embracing this virtual event. The Moneymakers Awards magazine will be inserted in City Business on May 21st and will be available on NewOrleansCityBusiness.com. Our next virtual event is Excellence in Construction and Real Estate. You can register by clicking on the event tab on our website, NewOrleansCityBusiness.com. Congratulations again to the 2021 City Business Moneymakers winners, and thank you all for joining us. Be safe and stay healthy.